So there is also a data tab over here. The data, you need to download it. Okay, so I think I think I need to download the data as well. Okay, so the data, you will go over there in the data tab and you will download the data from over here. Okay, so that you will be using this data to render the output in your front end. Okay, using the back end. And what will be used to do that? We will use Jinja. Okay, so let us go through. I will cut this now. Let us go through the lab assignment. So we will have to submit only one file. Okay, that file will be called the app.py. Okay, only no HTML files, nothing, only one file, that will be the called the app.py or the Python file. Okay, so as you can see the instructions, let us go through it. The solution for this assignment must be submitted as a single Python file. Okay, the name of the Python file should be app.py. Don't name it main.py or anything. It should be app.py only, because otherwise the backend, it won't be able to run your submission. And you don't have to submit the data, the data.csv. It is only for you to see whether your code is working or not. You just have to submit the app.py that you have coded. Okay, these are the allowed packages in Python: PyHTML, Jinja2, and Matplotlib. Okay, or any Python 3 package. And don't submit any output of HTML or any type of .html files. Your Python app.py should be able to like make the files by itself. Okay, so this is a table that we have been given. This is the data.csv. We have the data inside the table. If we see the data, let me just open it. So this is the data. As you can see, we have different student ID, course ID, and their marks. Okay, so we have to render this using the sys inside this parameter. We have to mention certain system command, system parameters inside, like the terminal. Okay, we have, when we run the app.py, we have to mention like either the we are fetching the student ID or the course ID. So depending upon that, we also have to mention the student ID, like suppose for example 1001, this is the student ID, and 2001, this is the course ID. Okay, so depending upon that, our app.py should be able to make the output.html, and we should be able to see that. Okay, so this is the basic page. This is how the designing should look. The html.html, and this is the result. Okay, this is the student details page, and let us go down. This is the course details page. Now the course details also has a graph. So the for the graph, we will need matplotlib. We will need to import matplotlib, and we will have to render the graph through that, the plot structure. Okay, so and then comes the like something went wrong page as well. So let us start coding that. Okay, so first of all, we will go to our documents like file explorer, and we will go to documents, and we will just create a new folder. Just give me a minute. New folder, and name it whatever you want. Okay, and open your code editor. Like I am using VS Code for now. File, okay, I will zoom in a bit. I hope, is it visible, or shall I zoom in a bit more? Okay, it is visible.
Visible.
Okay, okay.
Bit more, ma'am.
Okay, bit more. Okay. Then we will go to file, open folder. Okay, and then we will go to the folder that we just created. So mad1 and lab assignment 2, mad1 la this one, right? This one we just created. Yeah. Okay, so this is the one that we created. It has currently no files, and the one thing that you need to do is you need to actually copy paste the data from your downloads folder or whatever folder you are using inside of the mad1 folder. Okay, so if we will just go to downloads, copy paste the data. Okay, we will go to the documents, and over here we will just paste it. Then we will come back to VS Code. You see that data.csv has been pasted. If the data.csv is not in the same directory as our app.py file, then it won't be able to render, or it won't be able to reach the data. Okay, now we will create a file. Yes, yes, Joydev, yes, yes, you can unmute.
Ma'am,
Yes, yeah.
yeah, ma'am,
Hmm.
can you show once again how you render this data.csv?
Data.csv, you just have to go to the portal. Over here they have provided the link, right? You will just download it from over here, from the drive. Okay, and then you will just control C and go to the folder that you have created, and you will just control V over there. Okay,
Yeah,
just
okay,
witness.
ma'am.
Yes, we are discussing the lab assignment. Lab assignment of week 3. Okay, so this is the, as you can see over here right now, no file has been created. So now we will create an app.py file. Be careful, don't name it anything else other than app.py. Okay, it should be data.csv. You don't have to submit, you just have to submit your app.py file. Okay, now inside your app.py file, what will you do? Let us come back to the sheet, the instructions sheet. Okay, so in this what we have to do, mainly we have a student details page. Okay, they have given us a data. The main work I will explain that we have to fetch the id from the data, from individually data. Okay, according to either the student id or the course id. It depends on what parameters we provide in the terminal. Okay, so I will just show you, like so that you get a basic idea. Okay, I will just delete this file, move to recycle bin. This is like the whole lab assignment. Okay, so this is the app.py file. This is what we will be doing. We will be coding this right now. Okay, so just so you get the basic idea of what we are doing. So this is we need to pass a command like this. Okay, okay. Okay, I will go a bit slow. Okay, so we need to pass a command like this. Okay, so this is the data. We will move the data over here, and if we see that you have learned sys, right? We have to pass certain commands inside of sys. So what are we doing? How to run a python file? We run a python file by saying python app.py, right? And how does sys do? What does sys do? Sys mainly accepts the argument from the cmd that we have provided, right? So over here, what is it doing? It is mainly saying that python app.py file, and then my hyphen c. Okay, I will just zoom in because I don't think that it is visible. So it is just saying that python app.py, oh sorry, yeah, python app.py minus hyphen c and then 2001. So what will it do? It will mainly render the plot and the course, the information about the course id, that is 2001. Okay, I'm just rendering it just for your basic understanding. Okay, so don't focus on this, just so you get a basic idea of what we need to do. So we will run this. As you can see, there were only two files. Now output.html and plot.png was immediately created. Okay, now we will go to output.html and we will run. Okay, we will run and we will see that okay, as you can see, this is the course details, right? This is the course details. And it before this output dot, there was nothing called output.html. Okay, so when you run your app.py file, it should be the one that is creating the course details, the output.html, which will contain the course details or the student details, depending on what you are providing in the command line. Okay, so over here we have provided this course details. Okay, so see properly, like it has 67.2 and 90. Okay, right now. So let me just close it, and we will go into the different terminal. We will go into the terminal again, and we will provide for something for a different course. So let us go to the data.csv and let us see for course 2002. Sorry, let us provide for course 2002. Okay, let it yeah, okay, it has done. So 67.2 and 90, right? So now it has changed 61.2 and 99. Okay, so this is basically what you need to do. You need to use jinja, python and sys to manipulate the data in the front end, which is output.html in this case, so that your like Python creates a new like output.html or file, like we will just call it file over here. This file didn't exist before that, right? As you can see over here, now the marks are also changing. Okay, now if we, ma'am, do we need Flask for this lab assignment? If like Flask is needed for Jinja, so basic understanding for Flask is a little bit needed. If you know a little bit of Flask, it will help you, but you don't need Flask necessarily for this. Okay, so so if you see over here, we have ma'am, the HTML file. Yes, the HTML file was created by app.py. Okay, we don't have to submit any HTML file by ourselves. We will just submit the app.py file. Okay, so 61.2 and 99 we have right now. Okay, so now we will run again, we will change, so we will change it to 2001. See, it is changing. Okay, so basically we will use Python, the app.py, Python or app.py, to manipulate the data of the course details and the student details. Okay, so let us now, you have got a, why is this approach used? This is mainly used so that you get a like more deeper understanding of how Jinja is used to manipulate the data. Okay, so if you see, when we will code that, this is how Jinja is used. Okay, this is like Jinja, the basic syntax of Jinja, right? And you will see that how Jinja is manipulating all of the data. Okay, so now that you have got a basic idea, we will go into coding that. Okay, let me close. I will just close it. Okay, so we have, do we have a basic idea of what we need to do in this lab assignment? Okay, now we will start coding. Okay, so first of all, since we do not have to make any type of html files, how will we? Also, if the HTML file is very big and the Python code is lesser than it, yeah, it's fine, because that is what is going to happen in this. Okay, that is exactly what is going to happen in this. So now what we will do is, like, since we cannot render any .html files, so we have to bring the HTML inside of the app.py file. Okay, so let us start coding. Okay, so first of all, we will call the first one. So I will start with the smallest one. Okay, so let me just, I will have to like go back and forth a lot. So let us start with the smallest one. As you can see over here, like, which doesn't really need any Jinja. Why this is used, you will see why this is used, because we have to provide the commands in the argument, like the command line, the terminal, like -c -s, like this. Okay, -c -s to fetch the student details or the course details. Okay, and then manipulate the front end accordingly. So now let us start with the, like, the simplest of the web designs. So this is the, like, something went wrong page. We will start this one. Okay, okay, because this doesn't need Jinja or anything. So first of all, we will just mention a variable. So let us call it wrong inputs. Okay, so wrong inputs, and then what we have to do is we have to mention triple quotes. Okay, so be careful with VS Code. Yes, this is exactly why we have to be careful, because VS Code, whenever we mention triple quotes, it actually gives 6 quotes. So like, you can just code within it, or you can just it is really annoying, because later on, like, if you need to put quotes somewhere, like you are using CSS or something, then it will be annoying. Okay, so I like to remove the quotes. You can do that as well. Okay, so now we have to, like, code everything. Okay, since doc type and everything, you can just directly copy paste a HTML file from an HTML file, like a template. Okay, that will be better for you, I guess, but you can do this as well. Okay, so doc type HTML, because Python over here, it I don't think that it provides a, like, template. Okay, because this is not a HTML file. So how will we do this? Like, the doc type HTML has come, the HTML has come, head has come, and inside of the head, let us do tab and then the title. Okay, if you see the one thing that I was talking about the last day, there is, like, you have to mention, you have to see the title as well. Okay, so the title over here is something went wrong. The title will be visible on the top tab. Okay, so you have to mention the titles as well. So title will be something went wrong, something went wrong. I think W was caps. Something went wrong. Okay, something went wrong, ignore that. Okay, so the title is done. Now we will close the head tag. Okay, don't forget to close tags because that will mess up the entire structure. Okay, if you like, if your body is going inside of the head tag or everything, then that will actually mess up everything. Okay, so now what will we do? Now we will open up the body. Okay, body. After that, just for the cleanliness of the code, since like inside we are typing inside of the .py file, it doesn't really indent the code or anything. We have to indent by ourselves. Okay, so we will use the h1. Okay, so wrong inputs, if I'm not wrong. So wrong inputs and something went wrong. Okay, wrong input, something went wrong, and we will use a p tag. Right now you don't have any type of tag counter, so you can use whatever you want. Okay, something went wrong, like you can use whatever you want. Okay, so wrong tag, wrong inputs, something went wrong over here. Let us I think that the text over here was a little bit bold, so we can put a strong tag over here. Okay, so strong, and then before p we will also close the strong tag. Okay, strong, and then we will close the body tag.
Ma'am, what is the difference between strong and bold tag?
This is something that we were discussing the other day. So the thing is, like, bold tag is used for aesthetics. Okay, whenever you use the bold tag, the whatever text we use inside of the bold tag, it will always be rendered as bold. But the strong tag is a little bit different. The strong tag actually tells the website where we are rendering the HTML that this whatever text is inside of the strong tag, it is actually really important, or the emphasis on the text is strong. So it can be like it will be rendered bold by the website. It is not bold by our HTML editor or something. So in some websites that don't submit, like don't support the strong tag, it will actually be appearing like the normal text. Okay, but mostly it will appear as bold only.
Okay.
Yes, we can use bold here as well. Like, you have free reign over here, you can do whatever you want. Okay, ma'am, do we need to use triple quotes or double quotes for string variable? You have to it is really you have to use triple quotes, because double quotes will be for internal css things. Okay.
Ma'am, can we live without doing bold or strong?
Yeah, you can, but I wanted to match what they have really like they have provided, so that is why. Okay.
Ma'am, in last lab one, they gave like this money we should use. Here,
No,
they
no, no. You have free reign over here. You have total free reign over here, but you have to still match what they have done, right? That was the starting of the HTML, so that is why they mentioned that what you should do. Okay, just for your so that you get a basic idea of where you should, what tag you should use. Well, okay, and now you have got a basic idea, you can now you have free reign. Okay, so this is the wrong inputs. This is the wrong inputs. As you guys saw that, ma'am, can you copy? Unfortunately, I cannot copy paste the HTML code as long as the GA deadline is on. Okay. Oh, sorry. Yes, thank you so much. Yes, I forgot. Thank you. Thank you. I forgot. Thank you. Yeah, I didn't see that. I didn't close the tag. Thank you so much. Okay, so so the thing is, like, as you saw that as soon as I close the tab, the invited commas, they actually the all of the red lines under the underlines, they actually went away. Okay, so this is like really annoying, but we have to work through that. Okay, so now the wrong inputs is done. Actually, this page is done. Okay, this page is fully done. So now what we have to do is we have to work on the student details page and the course details page. Okay, so I hope that by now you have a basic understanding of HTML, and you like know, and you are confident upon yourself that you know that yes, this is the page that will be rendered, that this is the same as this type of page, everything will be the same. Okay, so now we can, I hope that we can start working on the student details and the course details pages. Okay, so let us go back. We will now let us leave a few spaces, and then we can work on the student details pages. Okay, student details. Please tell me if I like forget to close some tags or something, because that can really mess up this. Okay, so yeah, yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, so I will just copy the basic like till head. Okay, because I don't want to type again and again. So we will just go to student details or student details once. Okay, yeah. So it should be student data and student details in H1, and then a table. Okay, so student data over here. Ma'am, how do you open data.csv? You have to download it from the assignment, the portal. Okay, you have to download it. They have provided it in the portal. Okay, just wait. This link. Go to this link, download it, then copy paste it in your folder where you are doing this. Okay, student data. Okay, student data. Then we will go to the body tag. Okay, student data head body. Okay, so now comes the H1. Okay, so all like many people, I mean, I are actually sending a lot of chats. So the problem is like I am focusing more on the like coding part. So I am like really not paying attention to the chat. So if I miss a like few important chats, do unmute and tell me. Okay, because I'm like focused more on the coding right now. Okay, so did I miss any? Like just unmute and tell me. Okay, one of you, it will do. Okay. So now what will we do? We will do the H1. So aesthetics. Okay, aesthetics was student. I think student data only.
Ma'am, we
Was
have to bold the H1 tag. Uh,
H1 tag is by default it's bold.
okay.
It's the biggest header. So yeah. So next comes the next is actually at okay, I had closed it. Okay. So next is actually, if you see, there is a table. Okay, the table is actually not using border collapse, so you don't need to use border collapse as well. We have a student details. This is the H1. Whenever you see a big this like a big student details or something like this, always use like H1 tag. By default it is H1 tag because this is the biggest header. So next we have like a table. Okay, so the table we can actually take the border is there, but border collapse has not been used. Like let me zoom in because there are two borders over here. Okay, this is where we use Jinja. Yes, this is where we will use Jinja. Okay, so we will code Jinja over here. So border collapse, no need to use that. We will just use table border. Okay, the thing is like they also see styles and everything. So I am like really, that is why I am really being careful over here. Okay, table border equals to 1. Let us take 1 px only. So and don't forget to like press tab, like I am pressing tab. Okay, that is why it is actually giving me spaces. The Python for default won't give you spaces. Okay, it will just give you line by line by line, and that won't look like if you have faced any errors or something, it will be really hard to point out where you are facing errors. Okay, so be careful with that. So we will just go into the table header and then the table row. Okay, the table head will be the first. Yes, 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 you can just unmute and ask. Okay.
Ma'am,
Hmm.
as you said, we need to provide spaces because provide
Hmm.
spaces.
Hmm. Hmm.
Is that really necessary?
No, it is not necessary, but the problem is like if you face any problems like later on when right now we will input Jinja and everything. If you don't provide spaces, it will be like everything will be shifted leftwards. Okay, it will be hard to pinpoint where your
And this,
problem is.
but this is we are writing in HTML, right? So
No, no, no. Yeah, we are writing inside of the Python file.
okay.
Just press tab once in a while just to like when the important tags start. Okay, like the table or something. So th okay, so th and then course id and then marks. Okay, th. Okay, so this is the table header. Okay, the table header is done. Now we will close the table row. Should be one pixel. Yeah, it will just by default take one. Don't worry. So this is the table, first table row. Okay, so the first table row, as you can see, like if it is like this in a row, it will be hard to pinpoint where TR is, where TH is, everything. Okay, so that is why I'm like telling you to just like space once in a while. Okay, so okay, so table row, the first table row is done, like the table header is done. So T of head is done, slash T of head. Now the T of body, T of body.
Ma'am, what is theta?
T head, T of head is the header, this part, the top part, the one in bold, this will be the T of head. Okay, and the everything inside of it would be TH would be T header. Okay, T header. Okay, now we will do the body part.
Yeah.
So inside of the body, this will come jinja. Okay, so inside of the body we have the jinja. So for jinja, what we need to do is, like, since we have the data over here, let us bring the data upwards. So since we have a lot of data, since like if we had one or two data, then it wouldn't have mattered. So we have to use a for loop. Okay, in the previous class I showed you how to use a for loop. So we use a curly bracket, and then percentage sign, and then use a for row, like whatever variable, I am just calling it row. Okay, for row in maybe data. Okay, and then end it with a percentage sign. As soon as we are done with the HTML, we will go and code the jinja, like the Python part. Okay, so T of row is done. Now what we will do, we will have to do the table data, just so, like the for loop has started, like it has started looping through all of the data. Okay, now what do we need to do, we need to display the data each row wise, right? We need to say that yes, this is the student that we fetched, and this is the student's data that we need to display. Okay, so table data, and then we will this is how we display the like you, I hope that you remember how the for loops work in Python. Like we use the row, like okay, so array, yeah. Okay, so what do? We will just iterate, we are iterating through data. Okay, whatever we are passing through the data, we are iterating it, and then whatever has been passed inside of the data, we are just saying that row of 0, row of 1, like that. Okay, so table, then we will close the table data, and we will,
Excuse me, ma'am.
yeah.
We have not closed the this, no. We are still in that template itself.
We are in the template, yes, yes, we are in the student details template.
Okay, okay. We have not come out of the table, but
Yes, yes, we are not come out of the table, we are in the body of the table. The
okay,
header is done, we are in the body of the table, and now we will also do the total marks is left as well, then the table is done.
okay, 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 okay.
So, ma'am, where is the Jinja part?
Yeah, this is the jinja part, the for loop. Since the for loop has started, this is the jinja part has started.
Okay.
Don't worry, when we code the Python part, the jinja part will become more clear. Okay, but since we have to do the Python, I hope that you are clear with file handling in Python. Okay, ma'am, do I need to convert ID to integer? ID, what do you mean by that? ID to integer. ID to integer, course ID. No, wait, we will do that. Wait, don't think about that right now. Okay, just focus on this. Focus on whatever we are doing right now. Okay, so now the for loop will end. Okay, now we have done this. See that it actually like becomes a problem if you are like not giving spaces. So now the for loop will end. How do we end the for loop? We just like do end for. Okay, end for, and then another one. Okay, so and for this has stopped the ginger, but the problem is like we also have to do a total marks in the, like the last column of the table. Okay, the like only three parts, like the course ID, marks, student ID. Okay, three there were three the three, what should I say, like three elements in the table, and then the, like the fourth element is the total marks. Okay, so now what we can say is like and we can start another table row. Okay, and then we can, like the table data, it will be of 2. Okay, so table data will actually have a column span, so column span will be of 2. Why are we taking column span of 2? Because as you can see in the image, the table total marks, the words total marks actually occupies like 2 spaces. Okay, create a HTML file. Yeah, I also thought of creating an HTML file, but the problem is like if you forget to delete that HTML file, your the portal will say that it won't accept the submission. Okay, so align it. We can do center. Okay. Okay, center. And then we will just call it total marks.
Ma'am, we have left some space between that curly brackets and row 0, row 1 because we need some space inside the.
No. We have to leave some spaces. Okay, we have to leave some spaces. That is basic Jinja. Like if you see curly braces before the percentage and between the for loop, we also leave spaces. That is basic Jinja syntax. Okay, you have to leave spaces or else Jinja won't work.
Within the curly brackets, is it?
Ma'am, how do you remember this line? The problem is that even I am like getting confused sometimes. Okay, I even get confused sometimes, and sometimes even I face errors. So like that is why I take time. Okay, so
Ma'am,
yeah. Yes,
ma'am,
yes.
can you please explain this again? TD
Yeah,
columns, because
column span, right? Column span. So if you see over here, today my cursor is a little bit buggy, so please don't mind. Okay, so if you see over here in the last part, the till now the table is fully fine. Okay, the fully functional table. But if you see the last part, the total marks, the words total marks is actually occupying 2 columns, the spaces of 2 columns. Okay, so what we have to do is we actually have to take we have to actually add column space of 2, okay, inside of the table data, so that we actually align it and then align it the center. Because if we don't align it as center, the column, like the total marks, these words, they will actually like appear as like either the really left words or really right words. Okay, I will show you, like I will erase this or comment it out when we later on run the file. Okay, so don't worry. So total marks. Yes.
Yeah, ma'am.
Yes. Yes.
Ma'am,
Yes.
excuse me.
Yes.
Ma'am, one question.
Yes.
Ma'am, you are writing this HTML file in the app in the Python file
Yes.
dot
Yes.
py.
You are writing.
But
This is
in
actually not a HTML file. This is actually an HTML template we have to write inside of the Python file.
agreed.
Hmm.
But in the question instruction listening asks the output h.html page should be HTML. That means we have to make one separate output
No.
HTML, right?
Your app.py will be the one which generates the output.html. Okay. Your app.py, you just have to submit app.py, and your app.py should be the one which is generating all of the HTML files. You shouldn't make an HTML file by yourself.
One
Okay.
question, ma'am,
Yes.
regarding that one.
Yes.
Anyhow, the output file will be generating by the. Wouldn't be it easier for us because for getting the template it's
It will be
easy
easier
because
for
we
you.
just have to put the exclamation mark and it will become quickly and we just have to edit only.
Yes, it will be easier for you. I agree that it will be easier for you. Like when you see later on the output of the HTML, it will be easier for you. But the problem is that the instructions actually clearly mention that you just have to submit the app.py file. Okay, see that submit a single zip containing app.py file
Okay,
only.
okay. We have to
Okay.
single one. Okay, got it, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Copied.
Yeah, okay. So just give me a minute. We were in student details. Yeah, student details. So let us continue. So if you see in the student details, beside total marks, we actually have the total marks, the sum of the total marks, whatever course ID and the student ID there, the student has got in each course ID. Okay, so we can we again have to use Jinja. Okay, and we will just call it as sum. Okay, we will pass everything later on. Just I okay, we will pass everything, so that you will be able to see. Right now we will be coding the Jinja. Okay, so again another thing, I hope that you are clear with file handling, okay, with Python, because this actually requires file handling, a little bit of file handling in Python. Okay, so we will close all of the tags. The tr tag has been closed. Now we will close the t body tag, and we will go to the closing of the table tag as well. Okay, I hope that I'm not missing any tag. Table table key body table, yeah. And then body tag, I guess, yes, body tag, and then HTML.
Ma'am, there instead of some can we write total?
Yes, some can we write total, yes, we can write whatever we want, it depends on what we are passing later on. Okay, so let me just, okay. Okay, so now we will start coding the Python part. So don't think that the templates have ended just yet. Okay, why is Jinja used and how is this beneficial? Okay, so the Jinja is actually used to connect the front end and the back end. Okay, right now we will be using to connect the front end and the back end when you have like loads of data like this. Okay, this is just an example. When you have like thousands of columns of data and you have to show it to the front end, like you have to display the front end, like you have students, like suppose your IITM dashboard, how will you use it without like a backend framework, right? You cannot manually input everyone's data inside of like the each HTML web pages, right? So you have to use a for loop or something to go through all of the data. Imagine your IITM dashboard, okay, whenever you think that Jinja is not beneficial. So now we will start coding the Python web page, okay, the Python part. So we first of all we will import all of the libraries, okay. This is the first one we will import, then we have to import the Jinja, import Jinja. I think I had Jinja, yeah, Jinja or Jinja 2, I guess, yeah, Jinja 2, okay. Jinja 2, from Jinja 2 we have to import template, okay. Why? Because we have to pass the templates there, we have to pass this HTML files as templates, okay. So import templates as t, okay. From Jinja 2 we are importing templates, and right now we are not doing the course part, but even then I will just I'm just writing this, just ignore it for now. I am the matplotlib library, okay. We have to do the matplotlib.
Ma'am, excuse me.
Yes.
Ma'am, one suggestion.
Yes.
What
Yes.
you said just now, that please, if anything is there, people will unmute themselves.
Yes.
Please follow that one strictly, ma'am. It will be very annoying because in between people are doing something and you're just going there. It's a humble request only. No offense. It's just a humble request because you are teaching correctly, but in between people are just simply popping up and you are just going somewhere else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure,
Just
sure.
please follow
Okay.
it strictly.
Ma'am, whoever has a doubt, let them just raise their hand and then let them continue.
Okay, sure.
Thank you so
Okay,
much, ma'am.
so I will do one thing. I will just like do like this. I don't think then the chats can pop up and I am visible. I will be able to see whether I'm disconnected or not. Okay, so and I will be able to see your reactions as well. Like if the screen is visible and everything. Okay. So
Ma'am, one thing.
yes.
You've written this from Ginger to import template.
Yes.
For my screen, it's coming in white. Do I need to do something else
You
or
need to do pip install Jinja too.
in the terminal?
Yeah, in the terminal you will do that, okay, in the terminal or your CMD, okay, you will need to do that.
Okay, ma'am.
Like that is a like a thing with VS Code, like if that color combination is off, that means that your you have some problems in your code, okay.
Ma'am, in my VS Code also, when I write matplotlib.pyplot it show yellow line at down.
It shows yellow line, okay, then you have don't have matplotlib dot
Ma'am,
pyplot. Yes. uh,
ma'am, I'm also getting white in the Jinja tool. Like, can I install from extensions?
from extensions I would not prefer don't use extensions because they are inside of VS Code and not in your local machine. So in the backend if someone tries to like run it, you would like face errors, okay, basically face errors a lot. And matplotlib dot pyplot, if it's like showing yellow error, check your spelling first of all. It should be like you should have used dot instead of comma and as plt. Check the spelling, and even then if it's throwing error, like do pip install matplotlib.pyplot, and if it's like showing that not installed library, and if pip shows that it's installed, then you have done like spelling error, syntax error, okay.
Okay, I will check, ma'am.
Yeah, okay.
Ma'am, this importing thing we can do at the beginning of the code also, right? That's not an issue, right?
Importing thing, yes, you need to do at the beginning of the code only, because you cannot import in the middle of the code, okay.
No. The thing that before the wrong inputs and that
Oh,
student
before
details can.
this, you mean? Yeah, sure. You can do that. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
No problem about that. Okay, so I hope that you remembered that the last day what we did, when I was explaining the sys commands. Okay, so let us go to the web page, and if you see over here, this is actually the sys arguments, right? So this is the sys argument number 0. So this would be the argument number 1. This would be the argument number 2, right? So how will we we will now set up a few variables where we are passing those arguments, right? So we can just say like suppose we have the argument as the first argument, we can just call it as minus is it was like hyphen s and hyphen c, right? Give me some names because I my mind is not working. So like name one maybe. So yeah, sure. So sys dot argument v. This is how we store the arguments. Okay, so this is mainly what name one will store is actually the argument 1. Or if we come to the page, this will store the hyphen c or the hyphen 0. Okay, the hyphen c or the hyphen s. Okay, and then we also have to store the ids, right? Or they will be the int actually. Okay, so since they will be the int like 201 1002 like that, so we have to store them a little bit differently. Okay, so we will store them as id. Okay, so id we can say since they are int, we actually have to convert them to int, like they are like numbers, right? We have to convert them to int. So we can say int of sys dot argv, and then number 2. Okay, so this is how we will pass them inside of the terminal. Okay, and then we actually have to pass, like we just have to mention some few variables like data. So what is data? So data is actually over here. If you see, I have used like data, and data is right now a clearly empty list. Okay, so within data we will store whatever they are giving us, whatever Jinja is returning us about the student data. Okay, so data is done. Now comes the file handling part. Okay, so I hope that everyone remembers a little bit, even like a little bit. Okay, so now we will do like with open data.csv. I think I named it data.csv. Please be careful with the name of the file. And we will open this data.csv in read mode, not write mode. We will open it as read mode. Okay, as file. So what are we doing over here? We are opening the data.csv in read mode. Okay, and then we will do file.read line. What is this doing? So this is actually saying that we will open the data.csv and as the file in read mode, and we will read those lines. Okay, and then we have to read that data.csv. We cannot write inside of data.csv just yet. We have to read everything. Read.line will actually read each and every individual lines. Okay, now we will see that if this id, the name one okay, if name one is equals to um, hyphen s, if I'm not wrong, like right now hyphen s, yes, hyphen s. Okay, hyphen s. Okay, then what we will do now comes like what we will do when it is thing. Okay, now file has read everything. Now we need to do, now we have like the now the file has read everything. Okay, now file has read everything. Now we need to do the for loop. Okay, for row in file, we will now do a for loop inside of the file. Okay, now we have to store it like row, we have to store it. So we will just create a list. Okay, I hope that everyone is familiar with the list and mapping and everything. Okay, just a little bit of python terms. Okay, so what are we doing over here? Just let me type it out. Okay, I just let me think and type it out. Okay, so and then I will explain it. So map intro and okay, dot strip. Okay, dot strip out. Not sure. Just let me type it out, then I will explain. Okay, so basically what we are doing over here is we are opening the data.csv file in read mode. Be careful not to open in write mode, then it will write the file. Okay, and then we are doing file.readline. What does file.readline do? File.readline is reading every single line. Okay, then we are saying that if name1, what is name1? Remember that name1 is the argument that sys was passing. If it's s, like if it's asking for the student id, what we will do, we will go inside of the file. Okay, like we will run a for loop inside of the file, and then the row will actually store, like go through the and go through the file, and then it will strip every like every row, it will go through every row, and it will create a list. It will create a list. Basically this is what it's doing, it will create a list, and it will, like it's converting to int and everything. It is stripping and it is splitting at the commas. Okay, it is splitting at the commas when the student id is starting or ending. It is when the student id is ending. Okay, it is splitting at the commas, and then it is creating a list out of this. Okay, so this is like the simplest explanation I can give you right now. Okay, so now what will we do, like if now the list has created, now row has a list, right? Now row is a list. So now what can we do? Now if you remember, beside s we also had to provide an id, a student id. Okay, so now what will happen if the that is equals to uh, like if that is equals to the whatever we have found inside of row, right? Then we will actually append it, data.append of id. Okay, then that will actually show inside of over here. Okay, that is the data that will actually show up over here inside of the front end. Okay, so and otherwise we will have to use like the minus c part, and else I will just like say pass for now. Okay, we have to run the um don't think that it is over yet, we have to do the thing for c commands as well. Okay, we have to like do that, and for now I will just say that pass. Okay, so and we have to now create, like this is the thing that we have to do for data.csv. Okay, so is this thing cleared, or do I need to explain it like a little bit more?
Ma'am, can you explain the looping part?
Ma'am,
Looping, so this part.
append
Okay,
ID or append row?
yes, pardon. Data dot so the
Append,
append part, data dot append part, right? So data, if you
append
remember,
row.
so I think that we are getting confused because the data is also called data dot csv, and data is also like a list over here. So data is actually a list over here because I have also used data inside of the front end. Okay, so that is why we are using data, the name data over here as well. Okay,
No, ma'am, no,
so,
no, ma'am,
so
I'm saying that it
hmm, hmm.
should be data append in bracket. There should be row or ID. It should be row
Oh,
ID.
I'm so sorry. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you. I'm so sorry. Thank you so much. Actually, yeah. Thank you so much. That would have been totally wrong. Yeah. So yeah, see this type of mistakes, even I make mistakes. Okay, so basically, what we are doing over here is we are opening the data.csv in read mode as file. Okay, then we are running the read line. So what does read line do? Read line is reading over every line over here, ignoring the first line. Read line ignores the first line. Okay, so after that, what we are doing that we are saying that if the command that we have passed inside of the cmd is hyphen s. Okay, it is saying that if name1, if you see name1 is the sys.argv of 1. Okay, if that is equals to hyphen s, then what we will do, we will run a for loop inside of the file. Okay, so it is saying that we will run a for loop inside of all the things over here, all of the data over here. Okay, now row will create a list. Okay, now what is row creating a list of? Row is actually going through all of the data over here. It is actually splitting at comma. Okay, so it is splitting at comma. It is taking splits at comma. So the first split is splitting at comma. Okay, after that it is so it is like splitting first at commas. So now commas is gone. So if commas are gone, what is left? Like 1001 space 2001 space 56 is left. Okay, so after that it is stripping. So now what is stripping do? It will actually like only take the first like the first half or the second half or the third half. Okay, so now it is taking the first half, since like it's student, so it is only taking the first half. Okay, When we do the second part, you will see that since we have specified, right, the zero over here, so it is just taking the zeroth part, the 1001, 1002, 1003. Okay, now row has a list, and row has created a list of such a such a thing. Okay, so row now has a list of such a thing like 1001, 2001, 56. Okay, after that we are saying that if row of 0, that is this part, this part, like just this part, I cannot select this part, but 1001, 1002, 1003, if that is equals to the id that we are providing inside of the terminal, then we will, then the data that was the the clear list over here, we will append that. Okay, then the row, like the value of the row will be appended to the data. Okay,
Ma'am, why did you use int in
int,
the row?
because like Python editor cannot understand CSV data, right? So we have to like, and it is also number. If it was like string, it would have been a different thing. Okay, we could have passed it as as it is, but it is like numbers, so we have to use int to convert it to integers to say that it is actually a number. Okay, and we have used map as well, so we are using int. Okay.
Ma'am, can we use single quote instead of double quote for hyphen s in name one?
It is generally like you are using like a single quotes for data.csv, like to read mode. So just like those are really, but like you can just play around with that. Okay, just see if it works for you. Okay, so those are really syntax things. Okay, you can do
Okay.
whatever you want about that. So this is like, ma'am, why ignore first line in read line? Read line actually ignores the first line because the first line is the header. Okay, read line does that. That is like a syntax of Python. That is why we use read line over here. Okay, so now I hope that it is a little bit clear. Okay, so now in the else part or the elif part, we will actually just write pass over here, because in the elif part we actually have to code that code for the, we cannot write else, because we have to write elif name one equals to hyphen c. Okay, we have to do that, but we cannot do that over here. So I will have to show you the student id part. Yes, Nishant.
And why we used map here?
Map to see, you cannot create a list, because I hadn't like really, you cannot create a list out of the blue. Okay, since especially since we are, because we are stripping the row and we are splitting it as well. Okay, so we have to map that row to first to something. Okay, and we have to convert. Okay, so first of all, let us come to the data. This is a very complex data, it has commas and everything. Okay, so now we have to first remove the commas. We then have to like divide the data into like then the spaces are left, right? Then we have to separate the data, like we have to tell the computer that, see, this is 1001 is a separate data, 2001 is a separate data, right? Then we have to convert them to int, right? Because we cannot just input that into the computer, it will just take it as string. So now now the simplest thing to do that is mapping. Okay, map will directly like convert it to int, and as well as stripping and splitting as well. Okay, and then after map you do the mapping, you can just directly convert it into list. So I will like suggest you to look into the
Okay,
mapping and
ma'am.
the listing function a little bit. Okay, this is actually the simplest way to do that right now.
Minus s is doing what?
Minus this is something we have to mention in the terminal. It has been mentioned in the sys or argv, the argument that we have to mention in the terminal to fetch the student details. Okay, jigyasha, yes.
Ma'am, in line 53, you have used ID equals to. What is that doing?
Id equals to is fetching the see, we inside of the terminal we have to fetch the hyphen c and the id, right? The student id that will specify the which courses and the student details we need to mention inside of the front end, right? Inside of the output.html or whatever is created. So that is what we are fetching over here. Okay.
Got it. Got it, ma'am.
Yes. Yes, start unmuting one by one. I cannot come to meet right now.
Okay, ma'am, this line number 37.
Line number which line number? 37?
Sorry, 39. Line
39.
number 39. Yes.
Yes. Hmm.
You missed that sign and after the TD.
TD, which sign? Which sign did I miss now?
Angular bracket.
Angular brackets.
Closing of angular bracket in the table data.
The first TD, ma'am.
In the starting one.
Starting one.
Okay.
But you use the
Yeah,
choice.
Ma'am,
39,
please
39
use
fast
left side
forward,
of total mark.
39 fast forward.
Okay. No, no, no. We are using inline styles, right?
What does it mean, ma'am?
We are using inline CSS. You mean this angular angular?
Yes, 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 yes. Should
Oh,
not be
so
there.
we have to use the inline CSS, okay? Inside of like inline CSS is something that like the styling. If you see over here, let us go to the student data page.
Yeah, please.
So total marks over here is actually taking two column spaces, okay? So since if we don't mention that over here, it will actually be like fitted inside of one column space only. It will be like really. I will show you when I run the page. I will show you this specific thing, okay? We are using inline CSS over here, so that is why I haven't
Copy,
closed.
ma'am. And
So
this session will be recorded,
Yeah,
right?
yes, yes. Pardon. Can you
Okay.
repeat?
This session will be recorded, right?
Yes, yes. This is also recorded and
Copied,
streamed
ma'am.
on YouTube.
Copied. Copied.
Okay. So
yeah,
for now,
ma'am,
yes, yes, yes. Hmm. So
ma'am,
yeah, start
just
unmuting.
can you,
Go
yeah.
up, go up.
So, ma'am,
Hmm.
can you copy this that like how will the data will be appear in 59 line, in line
Line
59,
59,
how
line.
will that,
So line
how
59
will
actually.
data will be appear?
Hmm, hmm, hmm. So data is actually not appearing. Backend actually doesn't really handle how the data will appear. Okay, so the data will appear normally over here. It will. This is the thing that will like handle how the data is appearing. It will appear inside of a table. Okay, this is how we are passing the data. How we are handling the data. How we are handling the data and handing it over to the front end or the HTML part. Okay, so we will see, okay, when I run this when I will run this, you will see, okay. We first have to like complete the code, okay. So okay, so any more hands raised, you can unmute and ask, okay, or shall I continue? Okay.
Ma'am, this
Yes,
else after else we need to also write,
yes,
na?
yes,
That
yes, yes. For now
but
I am
why have we written pass and whatever?
Yes. So the thing is, like, for now, I am just covering the student part because I want to show you, like, how the thing is working, so that you get a more like understanding how this is working. So this will actually not even be a else block. This will be an elif block, because if
Yes,
we
ma'am.
start
Yeah,
an
because
elif
we
block.
have one last that wrong input
Hmm.
that
Because if we pass like instead of hyphen c, we pass something like hyphen a or hyphen b, then it will also go inside of the else block. Okay, so that is also a problem. So that
okay.
is why I just wrote pass over here. We will come to this later on. For now, I will just create the output or the HTML part and show you the what is happening just when we run the app.py. Okay. So I hope that up to now is clear. Is there any more hands raised? You can unmute and ask. Okay. Uh, okay. So is did I miss any important chats? Like, since we are like on a like, what should I say, break right now? Like, did I miss any important chats? Can anyone? Okay. Okay. Okay, so I will continue. Okay, so till now, is it okay? Is it clear? I know that this is a little bit difficult to understand first, but just look into the list and the mapping function a little bit. This was covered in the later weeks of Python, the mapping function mainly. So just look into it a bit. Okay, this will actually save you lots of lines of code, because if you like separate this code, first of all, you have to make many variables inside of the for loop. You will have to first split it, then you have to strip the row, then you have to convert it to int, and then you have to convert it to list. Okay, so it will actually cause lots of problems. So instead we are actually doing it directly. Okay, so I will continue because so, and don't think that we inside of the else block we are just passing. For now, I have just written it as a placeholder. So now what we will do, what we will have to do is we actually have to now pass the data onto the front end. Till now, what did we do? We actually opened the data.csv inside read mode. Now we have stopped reading the data. Okay, now we have to open the like make a file output.html, and we have to pass the data, like whatever we wrote the templates for. Now we have to actually have to feed the whatever data we read it inside of the templates. Okay, so what will we do? We will just, like, first of all, error handling. Okay, like what will happen if the data inside of the data.csv doesn't exist, like if you have given certain certain like wrong commands or something, like instead of like minus s or minus c, you have written minus a minus b, like that. Okay, for that you have like output like you have wrong inputs, right? So we also have to render that. Okay, so what will we do in that case? So we will just say if lane of data is equals to 0. Okay, so what will we do now? Again comes a file handling part, but this time we will have to do with open. We will just write the name. Okay, so with open output.html, and this time we will we won't open inside of read mode, we will open it as write mode. Okay, because we have to write that file. Okay, and we will just call it as output. Okay, so okay, and now what will we do? We will just write output dot write. Okay, output dot write, because we are writing inside of the output dot html. Okay, so output dot write, and we will just pass the templates. What did we write? The what would we name the templates? It was wrong input, so VS Code will automatically suggest you the name. So what are we doing over here? We are just passing the wrong inputs template. Okay, we will soon run it so that you get a basic idea. So this is the error handling part. Okay, so now this is the if part. Okay, so now we have to do the elif part, like when the id name one is s hyphen s. Okay, so when the name one is equals to hyphen s. Okay, so please let me know if I am making any type of mistakes. Okay, so name one, which is the student data, that has student details, it actually has three different rows, and also total marks. Okay, total marks actually has the sum. Okay, so the sum will actually have, I think total marks is actually 0 1 2. Okay, so it will be actually the sum of all of the marks inside of the second column. I am not saying the second column, by I am taking as with the zeroed index. Okay, so 0 1 2. Okay, so according to Python, it's like the second column. Okay, so don't take it as the course id. Okay, so we have named it as sum. Okay, over here, if you see over here, we have named it as sum. Okay, so we will just pass it over sum. So sum is equals to we will just sum it. Sum is a function in Python, don't get confused with the name. So sum, we will again pass it as a function. So sum of x of 2, and this is also called a lambda function. Okay, so you can also do it like a normal for loop, but I want to do it like this because it will be like a little bit smaller. You can also do like for x in data, then you can do sum of x of 2, or you can do for x in data, then you can do like add the x. Okay, you can do like however you want, you have free reign over that. Okay, and then we will actually, yes, Preeti.
Ma'am, this output dot write wrong inputs. Wrong inputs is a template, right?
Yes, this is the
So
thing.
as far as I knew that we had to render into a variable and then write it into that. We don't have to do that.
That actually over here, since output like wrong inputs is actually like when we are not like the data is 0, or like it has been like wrong output over in the terminal, so that is why we aren't rendering the templates or anything over here.
Ma'am, the sum in the left-hand side, will it not consider it as overriding the inbuilt function sum?
No, it won't. We will see about that. Okay, because like it is accepting it as like two different colors, so I don't think it will. It can actually. So um we will see about that. Okay, that is a really good point. We will see about that when we run. We will see about that. Okay, so yes, because Python has inbuilt sum functions and average functions, I have to see that. Okay, so now comes the template part. Okay, so I am getting confused a little bit. Okay, so now is the mainly the Jinja part. So what we have to do is we have to render the templates. Okay, temp template. Yeah, I have not. Spelling is right. Yeah. Okay, so what did we import Jinja as? We imported Jinja as temp. Okay, so now what will we do? We import Jinja as template of temp. Okay, and then did I write it as right? Yeah. Then we will just render it. Okay, this is how we are rendering it from Python, but in Flask we render it differently. For now we will render it like this. Okay, VS Code has suggested it again. So Elif, it is saying over here that if the output in the terminal is minus s, like if the command in the terminal is -s or -s, we will first calculate the sum. Okay, why are we calculating the sum? Because we need the total marks, and inside of the table data we have a sum over here. Okay.
Ma'am,
Hmm,
just a second.
yes.
Ma'am, in line 69, you have written for X in data, but in upper
Hmm.
template, we have written for row in data. So we have to write for X in row now. We are
um
taking one row.
for
Each
x
row we are taking each row.
mm, wait. I got confused. Okay, wait, for x in data dot append row. No, because data is appending row, right? So data should be appending row right now, because data has row. Data has all of the things that s has.
Okay.
So it should be data. Row is the unfiltered version of the id. Row is the one that is not matching with the id. Okay, so we need to go through this if loop as well. After this if loop we
This
have to
time it would be data only, right?
it would be data only, because like row is the unfiltered version. Okay, why? Because we have to like first filter row, and we have to tell row that the id should be matching. And when does that id match? Only inside of data. Okay, so that is why we need to filter through data. Okay,
Okay.
so yeah.
Then and in the line number 69, some x2, but x2 there, this stores the marks of the student, right? But we are calculating the total marks of the student. So how would Python know that this is an integer data? We have not specified that this is an integer
That
data.
was everything was done inside of this thing. Everything
Oh,
was done inside of this thing.
okay.
Like this is the one that has filtered everything and got everything ready, got the data ready for everything. Okay.
No, no, ma'am. You did the spilled comma, na? So I thought that there would be a more space left before the marks. So I thought that the Python would store it
No,
as a string.
no. It won't. Don't worry, it won't.
Thank you, ma'am.
In the end, I think that it can throw some errors, and we would have to debug and everything. So yeah, and even now, right now, I am getting confused. So okay, so right now we are at we have just rendered the template, right? We have calculated the sum as well. So we will now open the output.html, and now we will write the data inside of output.html. Okay, so with open.
Ma'am, when we were when we had the earlier if block, if that name one is equal to minus s, there itself, like once we have appended all the data, there itself we could have made the sum, right? Why again make an elif name one?
Where this
Yeah,
space?
there once we've
No,
appended
no,
all
no,
the row wise we've
no,
appended the
no, no.
data, then we could
Hmm.
have created at the
No,
end
no,
of the
no, no,
if
no. We
command.
can't. We can't. Inside of this, actually, this is actually with open data.csv. So if we do things like that inside of that, so this is actually opening inside of output.html. Okay. So if we do things like that over here, we also have to open the -c or -c as well. Okay. So it will be better to separate everything
Okay,
in
okay, got it, got it.
hmm.
Yeah, okay.
So okay, so okay, so we are now opening output.html. Okay, as it goes by, I am getting confused, because okay, so output.html we will open in write mode. Okay, and we will open as output. Okay. Okay, with open output.html, we have opened we will open output.html, and then we will just append. Ma'am, you are not closing the file. It's okay, it's fine. Data dot we will just append, if I'm not wrong. Yeah. Yeah, data dot append row with open. Okay, I am now okay. Just give me a second, because we are opening elif name one. Then we are doing hyphen s. We are opening a student data. We are calculating the sum from the data, and then we are doing data. Okay, I'm so sorry. Okay, I wrote wrong. Okay, I wrote
Ma'am,
wrong.
please explain that 70 line, 70th line.
Line 70. We are actually passing it as a template. Okay. Okay, I will write it after explanation. Okay, so we are actually we inside of Jinja. If you see over here, we had actually imported from Jinja. We had imported template as temp, right?
Yeah, okay.
So
Yes.
now we are passing it into the Jinja. Like we had defined student details over here, right? The HTML. We will say that now Jinja needs to carry this, carry this, and whatever we are defining inside of this loop, inside of this conditional statement. Now Jinja needs to take forward everything. Okay.
Okay, 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 ma'am. That was a doubt. Where did a temp come? Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, so we will now write it output dot write. Okay, right. We will now take the template. So template dot now we will do render. Okay, so what does render do? Render this actually taking render. This is something that we will see in Flask as well. Okay, so what does render do? Render is actually taking all of the data that we are passing inside of the backend using Jinja. Jinja is actually, what does Jinja do? Jinja is actually connecting the front end and the backend, right? So from the backend, which is the Python editor over here, we are passing the data inside of the backend. We are saying that the Python take this data and then pass it onto the front end. Okay, so render is doing basically that. Okay, so it is rendering the data. So we will have to render the data. So what did we name it as data? So it was row in data, row in data, and then sum in data. Okay, row in data. Okay, data equals to data. Okay, data equals to data, and then it was id equals to id. If I'm not wrong, I have passed id as well. Okay, and then sum equals to sum, comma, sum equals to sum. I think it will throw error. Okay, so don't be too like else pass. Okay, so for now what we will do is, let us just hope and let us just run it. Open terminal, open an integrated terminal. Yeah, we will just hope a little bit and we will just run it. Okay, like come to this side. Okay, so just let me read a little bit. So output the write template render and data equals to data. Yeah, data equals to data, row in data. Yes, okay, okay.
Ma'am, I think we are not using ID anywhere.
We are not using id. Yes, we are actually, we
In
are
template, in template.
in id equals to id. We yeah, okay, in template we, I think we have to pass id. Student id equals to id, like that. Course id equals to id. We have to pass it like that, right? So that is why we need to take the id. So over here. Okay, so that is why need, like we need all of the three rows, right? All of the three rows, so that is why I'm passing the id. Okay, so let us hope and then just run. Okay, so yes. uh,
Ma'am, can you please explain the 72 line again?
Yes, I will. First, let me run. Okay, so let me just see whether I have coded it correctly or not. So we are doing the student part, right? So we will just take the first one. Okay, so minus s, and then hyphen s, and then space 1001. Okay. Oh, it got created. Okay. I did it correctly. Okay, I did it correctly. I was so scared that, yeah, I did it correctly. Okay, so I will delete it and then I will show it to you again that what is happening. Okay, so for that I need to zoom out a bit. Yeah. Um. Okay, so let me zoom in a bit. Okay, so basically what we are doing is, I don't know where to keep it. Basically what we are doing is, over here we actually have to okay, so I will explain the which lines do I need to explain first. First tell me that, when then we will run the code. Okay.
Ma'am, last line 72.
72. Okay, so inside of line 72, what are we doing? We are actually doing output dot write. Okay, so we are like opening the output dot html file as output, right? So we are saying that output should write the template. Okay, that what is the template over here? The student details template, this template. Okay, so we are saying that the template dot write, okay, template dot render. Now what will we say? That if you see over here in the student details, we actually had some Jinja part. Okay, it was row, but row as well as some over here. Okay, so that is actually, we actually had a for loop inside of the Jinja, so the row was actually looping through data. So what we have to do is, we actually have to render the data somehow, so that from the back end the data is actually received into the front end. So that is how we are passing from the front end will come first. Okay, the front end will come first. This is the front end, so it is saying that the data in the front end is actually equal to the data that we are passing through the back end. So now what is the data in the backend? Now this is the data in the backend. The first, the data was a empty list, then we appended the data inside of the row. Okay, and then this is the id. The ids are the student id and the course id. Like I have just passed it as id. I have to see whether it like this is just the id. Okay, the one we are passing it inside of the shell, the minus is, and then the id, and the sum is the sum that we have calculated over here. Okay, so this is the sum. Okay, this is the sum, and this is the sum that we are passing inside of the front end. Okay, now if I give different names, you will be able to see, but I prefer giving like same name, so that it is easier to just understand. Okay, so is this a bit clear? Now we will be running that app. Now I will be showing you how it is working actually. Okay, so shall I run the app? Yeah, okay. So how do we run the app basically? So what is this doing? We How do we run a Python app? We just say python app.py. Okay, but over here we are actually passing a sys argument, that is minus s. Okay, what does minus s do? Minus s actually means that student, the student id. Okay, so now the student id, and what is 1001? I have just taken a basic id from the first id. Okay, just the first id I have taken. Like whatever basic id you need, you can take from that. Right now if you see in the right side, there are only two files. Okay, as soon as I run the file, there the output.html should be automatically created. Okay, now I will open the output.html. There are different data over here, right? So I will show you first the backend, then we will open it in Microsoft Edge. Okay, now I will go and I will, instead of 1002 1001, I will run 1002. Okay, so it should change the data. Okay, see the data changed, right? Now what we will do is, we will actually run it. Okay, file, run without debugging. We will go to Chrome or Edge, and we will actually see what the output is showing. Okay, so this is the output that is showing. Okay, so everyone can see the output, right? Is the output visible in Chrome? Okay, okay, so basically see the output carefully, because I will be about like this shows 1001 67 1002 1002, right? Now what will we do? The VS Code, whenever you open an HTML file, it actually moves to the debug console. You have to move to the terminal. Okay, now we will change, instead of 1002, we will change it to 1001. Okay, so we will run it. Let us run it first. Okay, the backend has already changed. If you see 1001, it has changed to that. Now we will just reload it. Okay, it has changed to 1001. Total marks is also appearing. Okay, so this is basically what we need to do for this week for the student part. Now we will have to, yes Preeti.
Ma'am, the sorry, this is more from the styling point of view. Table border, we just put 1 pixel, and that table border took care of all the like the entire table. Is it like we didn't have to mention specifically for the head and the body and all that?
Just put it inside of the table thing, and then everything would be specified. Okay.
Okay. And is equal to 1 in single
Yeah,
quotes if you put
one
this.
directly means like one px directly it
Okay,
means.
okay, okay.
Yes, I was actually coming to the css only right now. So the thing is like some people had like column span doubts with column span and the alignment with the center. The thing is like if I don't use column span, let us see what will happen. Right now you see that the total marks is actually occupying two spaces, right? Okay, so do I need to run again? I think so. Okay, the problem with this, I need to run again. So since like it is serving from the backend, you need to run again to see any changes inside of the HTML file. It is not a normal HTML file. Okay, so if you see over here, the table of the total marks and everything was shifted a column to the left. Okay, so that is the problem. Okay, so whenever you want to see any type of changes inside of the HTML files, you have to run it inside of the by Python. Okay, so we will do this again. We will instead of 1002, let us take 1003 this time. Okay, I have added the column span again. Yeah, this has also appeared. Okay, so this is basically the student details page. Okay, so is this thing a little bit clear now? Like this is the student details part. I will,
Ma'am,
yeah. Hmm.
ma'am, we can change from minus s to anything if it is not specified.
Yes, if it is not specified, it depends on what you are what argument you want to take. Okay, like if you are like providing like over here elif name is like minus 10 an alphabet u, maybe minus u, and then
Okay.
over here it is minus u. Okay, then I don't know if I've changed anywhere. So like f minus u, I don't know if I've changed anywhere. So okay, so I have taken 101. Okay, it depends on whatever you want and whatever argument you are taking. Okay, so please don't use minus u. It will actually throw, like it won't pass. Okay,
Okay, ma'am.
yeah, so it is like if anything is not specified, it actually depends on you. The point of this lab assignment is so that you get a more like deeper idea about the system, how the system works, like the system arguments and jinja, the relation between jinja front end and the back end. Okay.
Ma'am, can you explain this full code in summary? मतलब,
Hmm.
when to open the file, when to read the file.
Ma'am,
That is
ma'am,
simple.
before you do that, you have passed like data is equal to data and then ID is equal to ID. I see data in the backend, your template code, that is your
Over here.
for row in data. That is your backend, right? No, that is
Yeah,
your.
the data is over here for row in data. Yes.
Yeah, but where is the ID, ma'am? ID I'm not able to
ID
see.
ID I took for sister.rv. So they have I think that ID, if we can skip, I don't think that it will matter.
No, ma'am, you can't not use the ID, so you can skip the ID.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I
Let
was thinking
us.
because we are not using that ID anywhere. Okay, got it.
I think it was like my mind was working like we have provided student ID and course ID, so I need to provide ID. So no, we can't skip ID. We cannot skip ID because the backend needs to see what ID we are providing. Okay, we cannot skip ID.
But we in the templates we have not used any ID, no?
Yes, even if in the templates we have not used any ID, the thing is like the backend actually the output.html actually depends on what ID we are actually like using. Okay, like the whole code is actually depending on like what ID or like what minus s or minus you are like minus s minus c, what you are depending. Oh sorry, actually wait, I think that I provided wrong ID. So wait.
Yeah, it is minus you provided them. Maybe that's why.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm so sorry. Yeah, just give me okay. Yeah.
No, ID is not needed, no?
Yeah, no ID is not needed. You can skip ID.
Okay, ma'am. Thank
Even
you.
ma'am, in your last run, actually run the second template. Something is wrong, right? So both template you have tested.
Yes. Both template we have tested right now.
Okay.
Let us test last time with another roll number. Okay. Yes. Okay. So is this student details part a little bit clear? Oh, I think I can just move it over here. Yeah. So student details part a little bit clear. Okay.
Ma'am, how did
Yeah.
you open the HTML file in browser?
Yes. So HTML file normal type. Go to this. Go to run without debugging. Okay. Did you get it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am, what else option are there instead of Visual Studio? The
Visual,
IDE?
you can use like online editors like CodePaint, I guess, or Code. Yeah, it was, I think, CodePaint only. But I prefer using Visual Studio Code because it gives like the colors and everything if something goes wrong.
Okay.
But Visual Studio Code is, I understand, like it is very like it takes space, a lot of space.
Yes, ma'am, that's right.
Hmm. So don't if you're raising your hands, and if nobody else is talking, just unmute and ask. Okay.
Yes, ma'am, and that how we will get to know that which variables we have to use in that render function?
Which variables you have to use in a render function. So whatever variable you are passing in your front end, like for example in my student details I have used data, right? For row in data, like a row is just basically I inside of the for loop, like for I in X. Okay. So this is like for row in data will be the first and the sum will be the second one, whatever is used inside of curly braces. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Ma'am,
Yes.
uh, in line number 65, len data is equals to 0. What does that mean?
That exactly means like what we just tested, like what happens if we provide a like wrong input inside of the terminal. Okay, instead of like a minus s or minus c, we provide a wrong alphabet or something, like the data is not able to render anything, any input. So what will happen? Okay, we will just write the wrong inputs.
Like if the ID doesn't exist, then it will show that.
Yes, it will show the wrong inputs template.
Okay.
Ma'am, the only thing that I'm not able to understand is like when we wrote the elif part, the name one equal to minus s, we had output dot write template dot render, right? But when we were using the wrong input is also a template only that we have defined, right?
Oh, it is actually over here. We have to pass things, right? So we don't have to pass anything in wrong input. So you can just directly render it, right? It is not using Jinja or anything, but
Okay,
in
okay.
template we have to
So
pass.
like if we don't have any parameters to pass, we can just put a template name and just pass it like that, is it?
Yes, you can. You can. If it works, you can. Okay. Like if the code is working, don't change anything.
Okay.
But I
But
think that
even if we write template dot render and
yes, it
take
will
wrong
work.
in,
It
yeah,
will
it will
work.
work.
Hmm.
Okay.
Ma'am,
Hmm.
can I share my screen? I am not able to open the HTML file in browser.
The thing is like can you do that in like at the end of the session, because the thing is we are close to 8 and I actually have to do the course part as well. So
Okay.
just yeah, thank you. Okay, so any more doubts? If you are writing doubts in the chat, just like okay, I didn't know why it became okay. If you're writing doubts in the chat, just please unmute and just ask. Okay, because like switching between VS Code and the Meet, this is like really like I have to go back and forth, and it already like I am coding, right? So it like it creates problem with the concentration, and I get confused between what I am coding. Okay, so just unmute and ask. That will be better. So, okay, I will just come once and then just see whether. Okay, did I miss any important chat? Ma'am, when I run this code, it is showing index error. Yes, because you are not providing any like terminal. In the terminal, you have to provide minus s and then the course ID or something. Okay, in the student ID. That is why you are just running like Python app.py. That is why it will show index error. Ma'am, can you show what is the use of warning page? Warning page we just did, right? The you like what if we provide wrong like wait, just wait, we provide wrong outputs, okay, like wrong inputs over here. Okay, what if we do that? Then it will be something went wrong. Okay, wrong inputs because we are providing wrong inputs over there. Okay, So then comes the ma'am, why are you okay, I was writing, yes, I was writing what else option is there instead of VS Code. Okay, ma'am, why you made output.html? Output.html is something that the code we have to make so that we are able to see what is actually what we are actually doing is correct or not. Okay, ma'am, right click the file. Okay, okay, I think that was all. Okay, so I will just, yeah, okay. Okay, so I hope that the student part is clear now. We will be moving on to the course part. Okay, so any more doubt, just unmute and ask right away. Okay, quickly, because we will be moving on to the course part. Okay, so the course part is actually a little bit simpler than the, oh no, the course part is complex because we have to use matplotlib over here. Okay, so in the course part what we have to do is in the if over here we used if, right, if the name one was hyphen s, we were actually doing like list then map int row strip like this, right? So what will happen if we use else over here like I was doing beforehand? Okay, so it will actually create problems. Okay, because because else, inside of else block, if I now try to pass something like like over here I was doing minus u, like, right? So else block will actually throw the minus u inside of that block. So instead of else we have to use the elif block. Okay, so elif, we can say that the what was it again, name one is equals to hyphen c. Okay, like whatever they have provided, so hyphen c, and then we can say like we have to again run the for loop through the data. Okay, so whatever file we have opened, the file is fully open, we are again in the, so let me revise you remind you a little bit. We are again inside of the data.csv in read mode. Okay, we have just done the file.read line, we have skipped the first line, and file has read through all of the file contents inside of the data. I will close this. Okay, for row in file. Okay, and then what will we do, we will again do list of map, and then actually this is the same, I will just copy paste. The just the only thing inside of the course file is that inside of the minus s, we were just doing the zero part of the row. Okay, like the column or whatever you want to call it inside of the course, this was zero, right? The student id was zero, course id would be one. Okay, that is the main difference in between these two. Okay, so this is the the end of the the data reading part in the data csv. The course id, what we are doing, we are again stripping it and then mapping it and then making a list out of it, and then we are doing like row of one. Okay, row of one, what is row of one again? Course id, we are doing it and then we are appending it inside of the data. Okay, so now what will we do, then we will have to come to the, again we will have to erase this, because if lane of data is equals to 0, then we will have rendered wrong inputs. Elif name one was hyphen s, and now we will have to do elif name is actually what happens if it is course. Okay, now course actually has a little bit of tricky part, that is you actually have to render a plot. Okay, course has two different parts. Okay, average marks and maximum marks, we will see about that, but course actually has, this is the tricky part, you have to actually use matplotlib to show what the average marks or the maximum marks is. Okay, so now let us go to the template where we had written course. Student, oh, we didn't write course. Okay, okay, we didn't write course. Okay, okay, so first of all we have to write the course details. We had written the student details and the wrong inputs. Okay, so now we have to write the course details as well. So what will we do, we will just write course details. Okay, okay, I will just copy paste a little bit till the body tag. Okay, just a little bit. I'm surprised no one told me that I didn't write the course data. Okay, so course data will be course data. Yeah, okay. Course data, head, and inside of the body we actually have like h1 tag again, inside of the student details. Okay, it would be like course details in this time. Okay, course details and then h1. Okay, and then inside of the like the we will again have to create a table. This time the table will just have one row or one column. Okay, so table, just the table is, the style is the same, so we can just like copy paste it. Okay, just copy paste it from over here. So like this. Okay, so table row, and the table row, and then the table head would be average marks slash th, and then th would be maximum marks. Okay, slash th. Okay, okay, so I will close tr, and then we will close th as well. Okay, th is t head is done. Now we will start the t body part. T body, tr we can kind of tap. Okay, t body should have kind of, okay, t body will have average marks and maximum marks. This is the one that will be covered inside of course and inside of jinja. Okay, so this will be inside of curly braces. Okay, so this will be since this is not inside of why am I going inside? Okay, this is not inside of the header. This will be table data. So slash table data, and max slash td. Okay, and then slash tr slash t body, and slash table slash, and okay, now we need to go back. Okay, now the problem is that if you see under the table we have an image. Okay, now we need to actually use python to render this image. We have to create the image, and then we have to render this image. Okay, so how do we what do we use for images? I think this is like your first introduction to images. So we actually use src, okay, to render images. So you can just use jinja. Okay, I will just call it image. Image. Okay, okay, I'm just calling it image for now. Okay, you can call it whatever you want, and we will close the body tag, slash body slash html. Okay, so the this is the template for course details. Okay, now does anyone have any doubt in this? Anyone has any doubt in the course details part? Okay, my charge is going. Let's just give me a minute. The course is the course details part. Okay.
Ma'am, can you show that part? It's not.
Yeah, I was actually putting the charge on. Yeah, sure. Okay, is this okay?
Yes.
Ma'am, again, we have used AVG and MAX, which are like the standard.
It's okay, it's okay, it won't matter, it won't matter actually.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
python will understand. So
Ma'am,
I hope
table should be closed at the same indentation.
it's okay, it's okay. But I think that we, it's okay, but it doesn't matter, it's okay. But
Ma'am,
even then
ma'am, one question.
yes.
For the
Yes.
HTML part,
Hmm.
indentation actually doesn't matter, right, at all.
Yeah, I don't think it matters, but when you go to view and all, it will matter.
Okay, copy.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So I hope that the course details part is good. Yeah. Hmm. Is
Ma'am,
hmm.
why we are using this image source image?
Yeah. So the thing is that we have to make a plot like this. Okay. But the plot like HTML by itself can't make a plot like this. Okay. So what we have to do is we have to feed whatever data we are fetching from the data.csv inside of matplotlib, and we have to make a plot like that. okay, basically. And then we have to save the plot in the same directory, and then we have to like render that plot in the front end. Okay, so that is called the image. Okay, so
Ma'am,
let us,
where
yes,
should we use percentage sign?
percentage inside for loop, and inside for loop, and don't forget the end for, and inside of if loops, conditional
Okay,
statement.
other than that, it's not required, right?
No, other than that it's not required.
Okay.
Okay, so now we will go to the else block. Okay, and okay, let me think. Okay, just let me think.
Ma'am, this
Yeah.
image SRC, we need to use the forward slash there, right? After the image.
Image src doesn't require closing tags, because there is only one image, right? It doesn't require closing tags.
Okay.
Okay, so we will now use matplotlib. Okay, so now comes the little bit of complex part. Okay, so basically what we have to do is, like, those of you who have worked with matplotlib in the past, like mlp and okay, okay, python, little bit of after python in matplotlib, it will be a little bit easy for you. Okay, but basically what does matplotlib do? Matplotlib is basically used to generate plots. Okay, we feed it data with like this in data.csv, and it generates plots for us. Okay, so what will we do over here? First of all, we have to like feed it the data. Okay, so how will we do that? Let us create a variable marks. Okay, so the marks we can just create inside of a lambda function, but the marks should be a list. Okay, matplotlib usually like works really well with list. Okay, so it should be inside of the the 0 1 2. So don't forget to take zero, like python starts from zero in that, right? So it should be 0 1 2. Marks is in the second column according to python, not according to us. Okay, so it will be x of 2. So what is x now? We will start x as a lambda function. So x, like starting a for loop for x in data. Okay, now actually we have to see that whether x is actually inside of the id that we have provided, right? So how will we do that? So we will just say if x of 1, now what is x of 1? X of 1 is the course. Okay, course id. So if x of 1 is inside of the id, so what does this line mean? This line means that the marks, take the marks x, like take the marks of the data if the x belongs to the id that we have provided, the course id that we have provided. Okay, so now we will plot a histogram. If you see these types of data is called a histogram. Okay, we had imported matplotlib as as a plt. We will use plt. Okay, so we will just say matplotlib dot plot histogram. Okay, so we will say like plot dot plt of histogram. This is how we use matplotlib. Okay, now the thing is that in matplotlib we actually have to mark the x-axis and the y-axis. Okay, this is called the this is the x-axis, this is the y-axis. If you see, they have called the x-axis as marks, and this is the y-axis, they have called it as frequency. We will do the same. How do we name the x-axis and the y-axis? Matplotlib is a little bit simple if you know the basic syntax. Okay, we just have to pass the marks inside of inside of a variable that we have created, and then just say that plot the marks as histogram, and we just name it. Okay, so what should be the x label? The x label should be marks that they have provided. Okay, and the y label should be sorry, and the y label, like plt dot y label should be frequency. Okay, ency. Okay, frequency. And then what we can do is we actually have to save the png. Okay, so we have to say save the fig. VS Code will provide you with this. Okay, so we actually have to save the pic. So you can just say like whatever you want to name it as. So like graph.png. Okay, so whatever you want to name it as, it will be saved over here with along with output.csv, data.csv output.html. Okay, we have named it as graph.png. Okay, now what will we do again? That is the same as what we did before. We will pass it as like template inside of template, and we will just write it. Okay, so let us do that. Course details. Okay, and course details then with open. I think I should have just copied it, but it's okay. With open output.
Ma'am, is it template equals to temp is equals to
Oh, I'm so
course
sorry. Yes. I had actually, yeah. Okay, thank you. With output.html, open as w in right. So as output, what we will do, we will just write output.write, output.write, and then template dot render. We didn't pass the average or anything, did we?
No, ma'am. Even you didn't
Yeah.
filter
Oh,
the data
ma'am.
and
We just calculated the sum.
We have to do that. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, thank you. I have to do that. Okay, so mainly what will we do? We have the marks. Okay, so I will just do the average from over here. So uh, average should be equals to, average is blue, so it's okay. It is taking, so no problem. Marks of sum of marks should be by len of the marks. So will it be inside of brackets? I don't think so. Okay, and max should be equals to max of marks. Yeah, okay. Output dot render template dot render, and then it will be data equals to data. So sorry, data equals to no, we didn't have data. Just average equals to average, and max equals to max, if I'm not wrong, right? And the image should be image should be equals to graph.png. Okay, so I will now explain what I did. So basically over here what we did was we are writing the output, and then we are rendering. I think that I don't need to explain like average and max. I will explain the image equals to graph.png. We are saving the image as graph.png over here, right? This is how matplotlib saves the figure. Okay, so this is actually saying that save the figure as graph.png, and we are actually saying that the this should be image. Okay, image src should be image. Okay, so this is basically saying that we are rendering the image as graph.png. This is how we are passing it. Okay, so is this part a little bit clear? Now we will be running it.
Ma'am,
Uh,
it's like front end is equal to back end, right? That is how
Yes.
it is, right?
Yes, front end is if, so first back end will be at the back. Yes, front end at the equals to back end.
Okay.
So if you are using like different variables, it's good to know that. So
Ma'am,
basically we will, yeah.
you are using template always, like template is equal to temp into course details. Same template is
Yes,
used above also. So let's say, so it will,
we have imported from Jinja. The template is a part of Jinja too.
no, not that template, ma'am.
Hmm.
The small template starting with small t, let's say
Hmm.
here,
Hmm.
third line from below.
Hmm. 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 Hmm.
This is also template is equal to temp
Hmm.
of
Hmm.
course details.
Hmm. Hmm.
Now, 4 5 lines above also it is template is equal to. So template variable will get that object will get duplicated, no ma'am.
No. It won't, because it is like inside of different conditional blocks, right? So both conditional blocks cannot be executed at the same time, right?
Okay, so we are taking advantage of that they are in
Hmm.
the different blocks.
Yes.
But otherwise, we'll have to take care. No, we can't have that same
Otherwise, if
thing.
you're writing like in a simple, without loops or anything, or inside of one conditional block, you have to take different variables. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So let us again hope and run it. So this time the output, the command will be a little different because we are running the course. Okay. So the
Ma'am,
yes.
ma'am, can you show the part where you take hyphen u as command? Can you show that part of the coding?
Yes, sure, we will do that. Just let us see whether it's working or not. Okay, right now it is actually at that part only, like it is at wrong inputs only. Like if you see, it's at wrong inputs. So mainly like we have to let us first run and see whether it's running or not. So we are providing hyphen c, and we have to provide a course id. Let us take 2001. So 2001. Okay, and I wanted to focus on this part. So if it works, it will create a graph. It did. Okay, it did. Okay, so we will just reload. Yeah. Okay, so this is basically what course details does. Okay, the matplotlib is creating a graph, and this is actually rendering the graph in the front end. Okay, so this is the average marks and the minimum marks. Let us go to the output.html. Okay, one thing I will do is I cannot see anything for now. Okay, I have just like okay, if you saw a while back, the html was that something went wrong. Right now it is at graph png, and that's a minute. Okay, yeah, and that average marks and at maximum marks. Okay, so if you saw a little bit ago, like the app.py is actually manipulating the output.html directly through over here as well. Okay, so is this okay, so is this part a little bit clear? Like, is this clear?
Ma'am, can you show the graph in the uh, website? Here, here it is showing, no?
Yeah, here it is showing. It will show inside website as well. Like, see, it will show inside. You have to show it inside a website as well.
How, ma'am? Can you show it again?
Yeah, so basically, in app.py, you will go to app.py. Inside of the template, you will show image src equals to image. Okay, we are showing image src equals to image, and then inside of the template, we are passing, like we are saying plot dot save figure as graph.png, and then we are writing it as output inside the. We are opening the output.html in write mode. We are passing the image equals to graph.png. So basically, it is overwriting the output.html. Okay.
So we don't have to do anything. We just have to refresh that page.
You just have to click the command inside of the, like you have to write the command inside of the command line. Like if you provide student id, like suppose I, instead of c, I provide s over here, and I provide 101, then of course it will be something different, right? Like over here, it will, instead of course details, it will be student details, right? So now you have to
Okay.
actually see that it should be hyphen c. Okay, like if I say hyphen c, then it will be rendered only. Like it should be inside of the course details. Okay, the average marks and the maximum marks. Okay.
Ma'am, SRC is used when
Source,
it's
source,
in
source.
our
SRC is for source, image source. It says that the image is at this source. I want you to render this from over here.
uh, it's in our PC or something. That's
No,
what it means, right?
no. It's inside of, it says just another HTML attribute like ahref. Like for images, we don't use ahref when like for web images we do, but it's since the image is stored inside our laptop, so we use SRC source. Okay.
Okay.
Ma'am, the frequency basically says it's got unique all, like, the course ID, with the same course ID 2001. There are
Hmm.
five unique values. Is it? That's how it
Hmm.
says.
I think so. I think so. That is basically what it said. I think so. The
Because we
frequency.
have not defined what it should, like frequency and marks are like some,
Mhm.
this is it,
Hmm.
like how does it, that plotlib, matplotlib know that what
So
exactly?
frequency will be like how often it is occurring, like how often 2001 is occurring, how often 2002 is occurring, like that. And the another thing is marks, I guess. So marks will be like how often it is occurring versus like how high the marks are. So if we
Because we
like
have taken marks as like first is like capital M and ARKS. So how does it know that it's going to
uh,
take the marks off from the?
So, so basically, for that particular, we have to provide the course ID as well, right? So this frequency is just for, I guess, 2001. The course ID for
Yeah, yeah. This is just for
2001.
2001, right? Five
Mm-hmm.
values of 2001, right?
For that particular course to code, like course 2001, how much marks each student is each student is like getting, and I guess that is it. I
Okay,
guess.
if there was a repetition, then it would be two. Is it like
Yes,
that?
I think so. I think so that as well. So let us look for different courses as well. I guess. Oh, sorry, I am manipulating the data. I can't do that. Okay, so let us look for different course IDs, and I think we will get a more clear idea. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, this is for which value?
2002, 2002. So 2002 occurs only like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5
There are
times.
two. No, but there are no two values of 98 or
Yes,
anything.
in 98 or 99, actually, between the 10, it's taking 2.
Hmm.
Ah, okay. Okay.
Okay. Okay. How often the marks appears between the ranges? Okay. Okay. So is this like a little bit clear? So now I will show you how to submit the application. Okay. So we have to submit that as well. Okay.
Ma'am, can you show the course part of the coding again?
Course part. Which part? The template or the like? There are three parts of the course in this. So. Uh,
The one in which we do the row one, that thing.
Okay, so the template, I guess. So yes, Purnan, yeah, okay, just coming to you. Just give me a minute. Okay, so I guess this part, right? Just this part.
No, ma'am, not the template, the rendering part.
Okay, okay, okay. Just give me a minute.
Yeah, ma'am, here.
Okay, okay, okay. This is the C part.
Yeah, ma'am, you can move on.
Okay, okay. Yes, someone had raised their hands.
Ma'am,
Purnan,
I
go
have
ahead.
two questions.
Mhm.
First question is, why can't we distribute this? Means like template folders, template file, we can keep it separate and
Yes, you actually that will be simpler, right? But over
hmm,
here, it is like the thing is like the lab assignment is more like what will you do when you cannot create more files? When you have to depend on one file to
okay.
to create everything for you, and it actually like teaches you file handling and everything. Okay,
Yes, yes,
so
yes.
so that is why we have to do that. Okay,
Okay. And ma'am, can you open that PDF file if you have?
PDF. You mean the lab assignment? This thing.
Lab assignment, yes.
Hmm, 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 hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so in course page,
Hmm,
my one case is failing, saying
hmm,
that we don't have any th. Means I don't have any th
hmm.
tag in the course
Okay,
table.
headed
Means
tag.
like,
Okay, okay,
hmm,
okay. So you for the average marks and maximum marks, you need to provide th instead of td or tr. Okay.
okay, so there is a means like I thought that it looks some very natural, so I thought that it would be a paragraph
No, 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 no. For all like this
table
uh,
data.
all top data inside of a table, you need to always provide th even if it looks natural. Okay. Yeah. That.
Okay, 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 sir.
Yeah. Okay. So we will now do. Okay, I will now. Ma'am, can I do first? You can do whatever you want in this data. Just it should in this lab assignment, it should just pass the test cases. Now, what I will show you how to submit the lab assignment. Okay, so basically, you will just submit your Python file. You will just click it, right click it, and then compress to zip. Okay, compress to zip file, and you will rename it with your roll number. Okay, your if you won't submit any other file, no output.html, no graphs, no data, just the app.py file. Okay, so let us come to the mad1 portal, and I am coming to the doubts right now. We have finished the lab assignment mainly. Now I will just show you how to submit it, and we will go move on to your doubts. Okay, I have opened the week 3 lab. I thought that I had. Okay, so okay, I thought I had disconnected. Uh, which one was it? This one, I guess so. We will open this just the app.py file. Okay, just the app.py file. Be careful with that. Okay, let's see. Did I get disconnected?
No, ma'am, you are
No,
there.
Okay, I'm so sorry. Okay. So see like if you know creating extra folders, your Python file should exist inside of your folder. Well, you will go to inside of that folder, you will just right click, you will click on this Python file once, just once. Okay, and then you will right click on it and then compress to zip. Okay, and then you will rename it with your roll number, and then you will submit. Okay, I will submit 100 out of 100.
Ma'am, don't we need to also keep the image and other data files for
No,
this
no,
to
nothing. You will submit nothing
work
else. Just
properly?
app.py. Nothing. Everything will be generated by your app.py file if everything is okay. Nothing.
Okay.
Yes, someone
Okay.
had said that they are. Yes, I'm coming to the Gmail now to answer the doubts. Okay. Okay. Ma'am, is it done? Can I leave? Yes, if you don't have any doubts, you can leave. Ma'am, please guide me in the end as I am not able to run it. Okay, so run.
Ma'am, can you please show?
Show what?
Can you please show what are all the included in zip file?
Yes, the zip file will have just the app file, just the app.py. You will click it once, right click, compress to zip. Okay? Okay.
No, data file. Nothing is needed, huh?
Hmm? Huh?
Only zip file.
Only the zip file.
Only
Yes.
app.
Only
Only the
app.py.
app file, huh?
I will show
No
you how.
graph, no data.
No data, no graph plot, no output.html, nothing. Just the app.py file. Okay, I will like
Okay.
someone had doubt how to run it. So how will we run the app.py file? You will code everything. Now you will go to your data.csv. You will see certain student ID. You will see certain course ID. For student ID, how will you run the Python file? Python file is generally run as Python app.py, right? For student ID, you just have to provide two extra arguments. It will be -s and then certain student ID. So you will see what the student IDs are. Student ID generally start with 1000. So 1001, like 1001, 1002. Okay. So let us take an example of 1001. Okay. Inside of the terminal, you will run it. How to open the terminal? You will go to file and then you will go to terminal. Okay. New terminal like this. Okay. And then how to open the how to run the HTML file? You will open a HTML. You will open the HTML file. Go to the three lines over here. Run and then run without debugging. Okay, so is this clear a little bit?
Ma'am, it's not working for me.
No,
So, ma'am,
it's not working in VS Code. How to run the HTML file?
Okay, so whoever it's Anu, share your screen.
ma'am, can you
Yes.
please answer my one doubt?
Yeah, sure, ask.
Ma'am, you haven't defined marks frequency like these variables. So how you are using these in matplot? I'm not getting that.
Matplotlib will by default it will identify by itself. We don't need to do that. So marks and frequency it will by default like by x-axis and y-axis it will identify itself. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
And I did just define the marks. Okay, I did define the marks. Like I said that x of 2 for x in data if x is equals to the id. I did define the marks. Yes, Anu, share your screen.
How is
Ma'am,
that, ma'am? Only one student ID we are
shares
using it.
highlighted for
Only
One minute.
one.
Yes, pardon.
Only one student ID you are including it, but how is that output file is producing for all the students?
No, output file is not producing for all students. It is producing for only that particular student. Okay, that student has like what? That student has 3 to 4 courses, right? So that is why you are seeing like 3 to 4 entries in that table. Yes,
Okay.
Purnendu. Yes,
Ma'am, by mistake I reached the.
okay. Yeah. So is your HTML file getting no module named Matplotlib? It's okay for now. Okay. So can you go to right left top corner? Left. Yes. Yeah, no. Under the VS Code icon. Under the VS Code icon. Yes. Click it. Okay. Have you ran your this is lab 3? Okay. Now go come to the terminal. Come to the terminal. Yes, click it. Write Python app.py, Python app.py, hyphen s space hyphen s 1001.
Ma'am, it's not
Okay,
working. It's giving errors.
import module. Okay, so just do one thing that inside just do pip install matplotlib. pip install matplotlib. Just wait a few seconds. Yeah, okay. Just wait a few seconds, and then when I tell you, you will go to the terminal, and then you will click the up button twice. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
One test case is failing. Just wait a minute. Okay. Just wait a minute.
System is hanging again and again.
It's okay. It happens with VS Code. It happens a lot. My VS Code also hangs a lot. Generally, it has background apps. Okay, if background apps are running, it happens with mine.
Okay.
It's okay. Give it some
It's
time.
not moving.
It's okay. It's okay. Like, just don't close it. Okay, like everything has downloaded. Like, it is just in the last step. If it fails right now, we will have to start from like.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, the timing.
Yeah, I will continue
Okay.
like answering out from the chat if there is any. Okay. Average sum of marks by lane of marks, zero division error. That is because you are not passing anything. Okay, Anurag. The problem is like your data is not able to render anything. That is why you are facing zero division error. Okay. One test case is telling, yeah, coming to that, install Flask. Okay. Module not found. Module not Jinja. Jinja, you have to do pip install Jinja. Okay. Yes, bye. Yes. Can we create graph.png as graph.jpg as well? Just do .png, okay? It will be rendered better. Yeah, okay. That were all of the doubts. Whenever CMD,
Ma'am, do I run this app? This.
Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, run it, run it. Okay, so Ninja to fro. Okay, so there is a syntax error. It should be F4, but you have written F arrow. So it is in line 18.
Can we at which line?
Mm-hmm.
18.
Line 18.
But it's not there.
Yeah, this is also a problem with go to either it's in student details, go a little bit down. So since it's like highlighted in student details, it will be in for yeah, that row, that yeah, that thing, 32 line 32. Yeah, now try to run again. Just yeah. Yes, output.html. Now open output.html. Like, just click and drag it beside app.py. Yes, now you have now beside run in the top left corner, you see beside run, you run. No. Yeah, no. Top left, yeah. View go run file edit selection view go run. Yeah,
Run.
yes, run
Okay.
without debugging. Yes, now it should start running. Okay. Have you selected a browser? Yeah, web app, whatever you want, Chrome or Edge.
Okay, ma'am.
Your
Okay, ma'am.
output
I'll
has already rendered. Like, I can see the table data like 1001 and everything. It has already rendered, so your code is correct. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So it's working.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah.
Please, can you have a look at my code? Cause I tried running a Jinja, but it's not installing.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay, ma'am.
Ma'am, how to install Ginger?
I'm sharing, ma'am.
Yeah. Sure. How to open HTML file through browser? So how to open
Ma'am,
HTML file through browser? Yeah.
can I share my screen?
Yes.
Ma'am,
After
how
this
to
question,
install Ginger in VS
Jinja,
Code?
just go to CMD, pip install Jinja.
Ma'am, shall I
And
share?
VS Code no.
Yes, just after this person. Pip install Jinja inside of the CMD or
Yes,
terminal.
ma'am.
Yes, okay. What
Pip
is happen?
install
Pip
Jinja.
install Jinja. Wait, first of all, I think you are inside Python editor, if I'm not wrong.
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
yeah, run it. First of all, run it. But
Oh, sorry.
yeah, no, it's okay. It's okay. Collecting Jinja, installing Jinja, done. Subprocess is okay. So you need to update Pip.
I'm sorry.
No, not to you, not to you.
Okay.
Vansh, you need to update pip. Okay, try to update pip, and then you have to do that. Okay. Okay. So pip install Jinja is throwing syntax error. Then try pip install Jinja 2.
Okay, ma'am.
Just click the up button, the top arrow. Yes, Kostov, coming to you. Just give me a second. Okay. How to update pip? Pip is generally gives like just.
No, ma'am, it's syntax error still.
So are you inside of like some Python terminal or something? Like, can you press Control C once?
Oh, Control C. Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Did it do something?
No, ma'am.
Why? I think you have opened your terminal wrong. So go to where you have written mad one. Yeah, yeah. Just move your cursor to mad. Yeah, just right click and open integrated terminal. Yes, right click, open.
And
Uh, okay. So no, it's not allowed. Oh, you're in Mac. Okay,
yeah,
Mac.
yeah, ma'am.
Mac will throw a little bit error. I'm. I don't know. I actually don't know about Mac.
Actually, last class also tried installing
Hmm.
Jinja, but it didn't work. I saw some YouTube
Hmm.
videos, and there also I couldn't find out a way.
So in YouTube videos, you actually have to do like you have to search like for Mac specifically. Okay.
Ma'am,
Okay,
he can install Anaconda, and there in Anaconda
but
prompt he
this
can
is
download Jinja, ma'am. Pip install
like
Jinja.
I have Anaconda, ma'am.
Then in Anaconda prompt, you go and install pip install Jinja, it will work. And from
Okay,
then you
okay,
can connect to VS Code, it will work. That's what
okay,
I did.
okay. Anaconda. Okay,
You if you like have Anaconda, you can directly work from Anaconda only, right?
oh that
Or VS Code actually has more features actually.
No,
yes.
Anaconda terminal, not navigator. Anaconda
Oh yeah.
terminal.
Okay, okay.
Oh, I was
I
thinking
have terminal,
Jupyter.
right?
Anaconda terminal, we have to go and do pip install.
Anaconda is just like VS Code. Just
No,
asking,
no,
I
no,
don't
no,
know because.
no, no, no. Anaconda is different. It is different.
No, I mean like the same like VS Code, only like we have to write programs and all that one.
No, it has a
No, no.
spider ID.
Yeah, here you can do pip install.
Karshbhai, what is that?
No, it is
That is again a type of ID like VS Code, but it's more it's bundled with Anaconda itself. I would suggest that if you're using Anaconda, go for Miniconda. That's the small package or terminal version of it. So
yeah.
Yeah,
It
ma'am.
has
It's
now
started.
he's doing
So it
now.
means it's
yeah,
It
already
yeah.
started
the requirement
installing.
already satisfied means you already have installed
Mm-hmm.
Jinja too.
No,
You have to
better I
connect
learn VS Code
code.
only first because I don't want Miniconda and Anaconda.
Okay.
Okay, then how to make it work? Like it's not coming in
If you
VS
go
Code.
to VS
Can you
Code,
show me
you
your
can
VS
connect
Code
to.
code please? Just once
Yes,
full
ma'am.
screen and just no, go down and show me from Jinja to template. Just do then Jinja 2 is there, right?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
is it showing like this?
Remove as
Have you
temp.
run that? Have you ran this code like?
Yeah, yeah. I have.
Are you running it from the right directory? Like is it in Mad 1 Lab Assignment 2? Are you running it in the right
Yeah,
directory?
yeah. Yes, ma'am. It's in Mad
No,
One.
on the top you can connect with interpreter. If you right click on the file and can you right click on the file and run
Yes.
Open
now?
integrated
And
terminal.
on Python terminal, last one, the run Python file in terminal. Can you please click? Yeah, it will ask for interpreter, na? Is it
Yeah.
asking? There will be a prompt actually at the top it will come, or at the bottom right it will say interpreter is not there. That is, if Anaconda is not connected, it will give you error. If Anaconda is connected, then it will work properly.
In the bottom corner, I can see that he has created a virtual environment.
Yeah.
Oh.
I am
I
so
think
sorry. I'm not.
Pablo is
I
talking
don't know
monthly.
anything about Mac. You can raise this in discourse. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
We don't need virtual environment. Without virtual environment itself, it will work actually.
Yeah, you can change that actually.
Do one thing. Click on the app.py and do open. Like, wait a second. Are you like? Are you? How are you running the file first of all?
Like, I'm running it from
No,
here
no, no.
only.
What commands are you providing? Are you providing like Python app.py hyphen s1001 like that?
Yeah, I tried, but it was giving me syntax error.
Okay, it is
Wait, let
okay,
me
okay,
try
okay.
again.
Okay, do one thing like inside Mad One Lab Assignment 2, you can you actually have opened integrated terminal. Okay, just raise this in discourse. Okay, I'm actually not familiar with Mac at all.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Yes, Kostov.
Yes, ma'am. Can I share my screen?
Yes, yes, you can, you can. Share your screen.
Ma'am, for me, this test case is failing.
Which one? Test case to check if average and maximum marks. Okay, then go to your code. Your average and maximum marks are causing problems. Okay, so show me the last part, extreme last part, where we are rendering the yes, 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 yes. Sum of marks by len of marks. Okay, maximum. Okay, max equals to max. Okay, somehow it is wrong. Okay, marks x of x is x of one. Okay, then show me course details. Course details. Course details. Yes, yes. Just yeah. Go down. Go down. Go down. Yeah. Go down. Go down. No, no, no. Yeah. Average and then max. Okay, it should have passed. Okay. Mm, okay. Go down. Go down a bit. Average marks. Okay. How are you rendering the? Okay, show me the Python code. From everywhere there where there are like C. List map rows to. Okay. Of course, ID one. Okay, mat. Okay. Go down. Go down a bit. Output the HTML for to sum. Okay. Data goes to data. Okay. Sum of marks by len of marks. It should be just go down again. He's actually facing that maximum marks and average marks are wrong. Average marks equals to average, max equals to max, image equals to max. Template dot render output to text. Just give me a second. Okay, just let me see my code, like what I did. Just give me a second. Average equals to average, comma max equals to max. Render course dot else max of marks. Um, did you write with open name one equals to minus c like that?
Yes, ma'am.
And inside of td, did you write? Did you use td like inside of table row? Td. Did you close tr tag? Body tag was closed. Okay. Average maximum. This should be correct. This should be correct. Then run it once. Like run it. Go to the yeah, yeah, go there. Okay, test case to see if average marks and maximum. No, no, no. Run the code. Run the code.
Here, ma'am, you were asking.
Run Python app.py. Python app.py minus c 2001.
It's running, ma'am.
Go to output.html and then open it in a web browser. Average marks, maximum marks. No, it is rendering. It is rendering 67.2 and 90. Okay, go back again. Show me the test cases again. Show me the test cases inside of the portal.
This one.
Test case to check if average and maximum marks are correct. Why is it failing? Even I can't understand that because um, it is showing the right one, because even in my case it is like, let me run 60, it was 67, and um, how much was it? You can go to your browser and tell me the
67.2 and 90.
yeah, it is the same. Maybe in the plot. No, it's not plot. 67.2 and 90. Yeah, it is correct. Why is it failing? It is correct in okay. Show me the rest of the test cases that are failing, because it is only two. It has weightage two.
No, ma'am, only this one is failing, I think.
Only that is failing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this one only.
Average and maximum marks are correct. I need to just see once whether others are passing. Okay. 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 Others are passed. Okay. Others have passed. I cannot see why it is like failing, because especially because your marks are fully correct. Let's go to the table and everything and see whether it's correct or not. Go to the 67.2. Yeah, it should be table border, table head, table row. Don't move it. Let me see first. Table header. Oh, okay. You have like not closed the table row. You have closed it wrong inside line 60. Yeah, line 60. It should be like slash table row. Now try to
Yeah.
submit one. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Okay. Now try to submit and let me know. Yes, Anu.
Ma'am, test cases, it's saying 100 on 100,
Yeah.
but in VS Code, it's saying some error. Is it okay? Like, is it pass?
Test cases are 100 out of 100, right?
Yes, ma'am.
VS Code has which error? VS Code which error is it trying?
Should I share again?
No, no. Just tell me the error. Just tell me the error name.
Okay, just a minute. It's pointing towards some line saying
Yes.
sys.average is not working, something like that. It's error.
Uh,
It's giving index range error.
Okay, it's okay, because this is because I think you tried to run with Python app.py once without providing the sys arguments. Okay, this is okay, because I saw your code. This code run. This was running fine.
Yes, ma'am. Test cases are 100 on 100.
Yeah,
Then
it's fine. It's
it's
fine.
okay, no?
Don't worry. Yeah, yeah,
Thank you,
it's
ma'am.
fine. It's fine. Yeah. Yes, Anurag.
Ma'am, can I share my code?
Yeah, sure. And do it fast, okay? Because it's already 8:30. And Ayush will be the last person's doubt we will take today, okay?
Ma'am, I have one small doubt only.
Yeah.
You can take a use start. After that, you can just the template in line number 96. The template equal to temp. Why is not coming something? Because MATLAB also I install, and the Jinja also I installed, but the temp is coming in white and the line also coming down.
Temp is line what wait,
Temp is
I
coming in.
I need to see it, because like after coding so much, like your brain stops working. Okay, so yeah, and it's okay. So I need to see
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Ma'am, in your program line number 70,
Hmm.
the template equal to temp is there, right?
Yeah, template equals to temp. Yeah, template equals to temp of student details. Yes.
Yeah, the temp is coming in white. That means
Temp.
something I miss.
Okay, so Jinja is not like you haven't imported Jinja as, like you need to import Jinja 2 as template. Okay, like that. Import
I did
template
already. That's the
from
first
Jinja
line.
Jinja to import template as temp. Did you import like that?
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Got it, ma'am.
Okay, okay. So you are Anurag, right? I hope I'm
Yes,
presenting.
ma'am.
Okay, okay, okay. So test case one. Okay, test case two is to check if the program is executing without any errors for valid student input. Okay, so your it is failing. Okay, go down a bit. uh, test case to check output.html is created. Okay, student input is fully wrong. Table tag is not present. Okay, third tags are in output.html. Your it has lots of problems. Okay, your code. Okay, let us go to your code. I got the basic idea. Let us go to your code. Okay, so okay, yes, stop there, stop there. Show me the student details. Yeah, table header, table head, table row, table head, table body. Okay, student details. Go down, go down, go down. Row 0, row 1. Go down, go down, go down. Don't give so many spaces. Spaces cause problems. Remove spaces as soon as possible. Go down. I will tell you the changes you need to make. Okay, go down, go down, go down. No spaces again between equals to and everything. Okay, go down, go down. Show me the Python code. Yeah, Python code. List map. Don't give spaces again. Yeah, between comma you can. Go down, go down. Output dot right, wrong inputs. Yes, it's okay. Sum of x of 2 for x in data. Are you passing? Have you made the data equals to like empty list? Have you made it?
Yes, ma'am. I think.
Go up a bit. Just go up a bit. I need to check that. I didn't see that. Okay, okay. Sister Targvi, yeah, that's okay. Are you importing? Yeah, okay. Go down a bit. Remove the spaces. The spaces can cause problems. Else marks of okay, it's a two sum of n. Okay, go down. With output. Okay, rendering data. Remove all of the spaces. Okay, between equals to and yeah, remove all spaces. The spaces are the ones causing the problems. Are you importing Jinja as TP template as TP? Yeah, okay, so remove all of the
Okay.
spaces. Okay, and then the when is
Okay,
the
ma'am.
due date for the lab assignment?
Yes, ma'am.
When is the due date for the lab assignment? I'd hope that it's not soon.
Ma'am,
It's
second.
fifth, ma'am. Fifth.
Ma'am, third.
Third. Third. Okay, so
No,
there's still
not
time.
third, ma'am.
We will
Fifth,
meet,
fifth.
we will meet at Saturday. So if it's not resolved, so do let me know. Okay, Ayush, yes.
Good evening, ma'am. Ma'am, I have a small doubt regarding this course. I have watched the recorded lectures posted in portal, and I find that these lectures morely focused on theoretical aspect, not practical aspect. And I find live sessions are more interactive, and I have learned more in live sessions. So, ma'am, my doubt is, can I rely only on live sessions rather than watching code videos posted on a lecture, because it consumes more time to watch, and live sessions.
You can do one thing. So the thing is like in your quizzes and everything, the it will be like one or two questions will come from the theories. Okay, and the more it more weightage will be given to the like the flash questions. As seen in PYQs. Okay, so you can focus more on the screencasts. You can watch lecture slides, and yes, you can rely on the live sessions like the instructor sessions and okay, and the previous sessions as well.
Yes, so ma'am, I can watch screencast and rely on live sessions only.
Yes, yes. The don't skip
Okay,
the flask. Like your basic understanding of flask should be clear, or Jinja and everything. Like whatever they teach in the screencasts. Okay, the
okay, ma'am.
programming concepts. Okay.
Okay, thank you,
So
ma'am.
sure. Okay. Okay. So I have to end the meet now. Okay, because we have crossed like the time as well. Okay. So thank you everyone.
Ma'am, all test case passed for me after that change.
Oh, okay, okay, that's really great. Okay, that's really great.
Yeah.
So okay, so I will now close the meet. Okay, so thank you everyone. Thank you.
Ma'am, one doubt.
Yeah, yeah, sure. Ask.
Ma'am, in the project, the root directory folder
No,
that
no, no
is
doubts for
zip
project
and
today. Ask in G space. We cannot take any more doubts today. Okay, it's already like way past time. So we
Thank you, ma'am.
ask in G space. Okay, tag me in G space and ask there. Okay. So thank you everyone. Thank you for being so patient with me, and we will meet again on Saturday. Okay, and
Thank you,
Tomorrow.
ma'am.
yeah, tomorrow there
Thank
is
you, ma'am.
yes, yes, tomorrow there is something.
Okay, ma'am. If I like this one, any doubts, I will let you know tomorrow.
Yeah, sure, sure. Yeah, from tomorrow 9 to 9:30. Okay, so I will stop the streaming now. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.